If you've booked a holiday on the AZURA, you're in for a treat. A spacious ship with many facilities. If you have chosen the Norwegian Fjords, you will have the tranquil lakes and peaceful towns before deciding which onboard restaurant to spoil yourself in later. One side of Stavanger looks like a dock, but hidden behind it are small roads with cafes and shops. The AZURA is huge, docked in the small city, which is our first stop. The other side of the top deck reveals what Norway is famous for: wooden houses. Stavanger was the European Capital of Culture in 2008. It has numerous festivals and cultural offerings, as well as being the gateway to some stunning nature. Leaving the ship, you will pass the Stavanger Maritime Museum, which in 1926 was originally located in Musegata, but moved to this 200-year-old seafront warehouse in 1985. They have a website to explain events and exhibitions. To save you time, let's get you orientated. You will have walked down whichever side of the dock and arrived in this square. To your left, facing us, that is camera right, is the tourist information. You should be able to see it as it's slightly raised. Get a map. Also camera right side, you will find the small walking streets and cafes. Now I'll let you into a little secret. Unlike my tours of Antigua, Barbados, my favourite cruise stop, Bequia and the ship's tours, I'm not in vision chatting to the camera. Norway was a trip where we were shooting drama episodes of our TV series Shades of Bad, so I'm in vision but chatting to someone on the phone. In the story, I'm being given directions to find a package. The cradle of the Vikings. It can rain, it can be hot, it can be chilly. I had to wear this fake fur for the film, so when it did get sunny and hot, I was a hot idiot. If you arrive in Stavanger on a Sunday, much will be closed, but tourism can direct you to a church service in any of their ornate churches. If you're lucky, you may get into the 12th century cathedral, modelled on Winchester Cathedral. If open, they have a new concert hall, the Stavanger Concerthus, which opened in 2013 and claims one of the best acoustics in Europe. But take a stroll through Old Stavanger, with its narrow streets and wooden houses, the park, the lake, or as Stavanger was a great exporter of canned fish, you may be able to visit the Norwegian Canning Museum or the Norwegian Petroleum Museum to see the oil industry that all but replaced fishing. The building's stunning architecture is an attraction in itself. There are many things to see, but don't be late for the ship. We then set sail for a day and arrived early a day later to see the longest navigable fjord in the world, SOGNEFJORD. Then, where the sea ends and the mountains begin, lies picturesque Skjolden with its own beach and pier. Then enjoy the calm. Otherwise, take a tour or plan ahead, because you could probably cycle or ski. Doris, my character in Shades, is pretending she is working hard.
I suppose you think I'm having a fantastic time here, don't you?
LOL. I was acting. Skjolden was a relaxing time. We actually docked at Skjolden, though some ships tender. A short walk down to the small town where again 12th and 13th century churches can be found locally in the area, where many people have retreated to, including the Austrian philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein. I did not manage to find his dwelling as I did Hemingway's in my film on Key West when we stopped with the Adonia, a film I hope you don't miss. After setting sail, I pondered the snow-capped mountains and the sheer calm and stillness of such a mass of water over a glass of bubbles, as I considered which restaurant to dine in and which entertainment to take in. Tomorrow, Olden. In Olden, I advise you consider a tour. You can be at the Jostedalsbreen National Park Welcome Centre in about 45 minutes from the ship. From there, you can either hike to get a closer look at the Briksdal Glacier or take a troll car for a fee, which gets closer with less of a hike. We had seen the glacier, so had an easy walk round Olden and then enjoyed the ship daytime, before another night of good food and entertainment. I cover the AZURA, a ship in which we have sailed often, in another film I hope you will watch. Nestled in the mountains on Norway's western coast is the other gateway to the fjords, where the AZURA exits for our last stop. You can see this city is special as you approach. The 13th century Hanseatic city, built up from an original Viking settlement, has a collection of 11th century wooden buildings and is a World Heritage Site with a fascinating museum. The fish market may well have finished in the early hours of the morning, but the catch will be on show in many harbour-front shops. This former European city of culture has a vernacular like the one in Budapest we used for filming on Strike Back, and it takes you to an incredible view. We actually bought our vernacular tickets in an adjacent cake shop, saved the queue and got a coffee, cake and ticket deal. In the carriage and at the top, I was still playing Doris in the episode of Shades, where I was supposed to get a package, but we had time to take in the incredible sight. The town square was rehearsing a concert despite the weather, and a cycle race was finishing there. We dumped the camera and went back into the town, right up until the time we sailed. Join me in one of my other films. I promise to give you more attention. See Bequay near St Vincent. That is special.